Hello. It's been a long time. Long time no chat. How you doing? I just wanted to drop in and kind of share a little bit of what's been going on with me cuz obviously, evidently, I've been pretty MIA for the last several months, and I just kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit for a second about why that has been and give you a little bit of an update on what's going on with me. I know my audience here on this channel has become quite small, quite a lot smaller over the years. And those of you that are still sticking around are truly just here because you guys care about me. At least that's the vibe that I kind of get based on your feedback. And I'm so appreciative of that. It's always heartwarming to me to be reminded that, there are some strangers out there in the world that actually care about me, even beyond my inner personal circle in my life. And that's just sort of wild to think about, and often helps ground me a little bit into reality in some of my darker times. Anyway, I mentioned that to say that, I realize that because you guys care about me, going sort of missing, especially after mentioning frequently over the last several months that I'm dealing with a lot of mental health issues, might be somewhat worrisome, and I don't want to worry anybody out there unnecessarily. So I thought I would hop on here and just do an update video and just sort of blabber about what's been going on with me a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do. Where to start? Let's see. Yeah, so things sort of really fell off as far as consistency around 4 to 6 months ago. I had been uploading relatively consistently up until that point, since quitting my job. And essentially, I think the experience I sort of talked about in my I've Been a Brave Girl video, which I'll link if you haven't watched it, but I'll try to give you some context real quick, is of an event that happened where I was basically sexually harassed while I was working, and it was very triggering and upsetting for me, and it sort of set me on a path of a little bit of a mental collapse. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it alone was the source of it. I also think in combination with the therapy that I've been doing, which I've mentioned to you guys several times, but I'm in therapy doing EMDR, specifically trauma reprocessing. And that alone is quite distressing. And obviously, with the term trauma reprocessing, it's bringing all of those past experiences to the focus in the forefront of your mind. So to have that going on, it puts you in a vulnerable position for any little thing that's sort of reminiscent of your traumas to really derail you. That was part of what set off this downward spiral, I think. And then just to be honest with you, the last 6 months or so, but particularly the last 3 especially, have been really tough. They honestly have been really a lot tougher than I ever anticipated. When I quit my job, as I've mentioned in some earlier vlogs, from around that time frame, around August, September of last year, it was fully the plan to really focus on my mental health, to get into this trauma reprocessing. I knew it was going to be tough. I knew it was going to be demanding. I knew it was going to be mentally distressing, but it was more, even knowing all of that going in, it was more than I anticipated. At this point, I have taken a little bit of a pause on the EMDR specifically, just to give myself a bit of a break and also be a little bit more functional. That's kind of one of the key components of the last several months that have been really tough for me, is I've sort of become in my mind, practically non-functional. I mean, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but it's to put it into context, it is extremely difficult for me to accomplish a couple basic things a day. And, that might be getting up and showering, doing some amount of housework like dishes or something, doing my door dashing, gig economy stuff that I'm doing to make money right now, which is entirely, self-motivated. I make my own schedule. So therein lies the problem at the moment. And also like doing my schoolwork. I'm still in school. Thankfully, I've made straight A's. I'm on my 3rd term now since I started, and I've been doing really good with that. But that's about the only thing I've managed to like actually keep a grip on over the last 3 months or so. Actually, yeah, it's more like 4 to 5 months now at this point. So yeah, it's just been really tough. And I'm also now confronting a new diagnosis, which I'm not sure I'm ready to share, just because I'm still sort of making sense of it myself. It's a bit of a weird one in the sense that I don't think it's one that the average person really has much understanding of. Even I, who is somebody who's had a lifelong interest in psychology and am going to school for it now, and even before switching my major to it, have taken several classes on psychology, did not have a very well-rounded understanding of this particular disorder. I'm not sure that I want to share it just yet. I will. I absolutely will, because I think it will be valuable, but I'm just still in this tender phase of accepting it, making sense of it, understanding in a broader picture my symptoms, and kind of working on tracking them to make more sense of it. And yeah, it's just it's very new for me, and it can be at times very intensely confusing and distressing for me. So it's just, yeah, but that's another part of what has been sort of absorbing all of my attention lately, on top of the fact that overall, my capacity to do things anymore has shrunk. Sorry, hit the microphone. Has shrunk so dramatically. It's been really frustrating for me, because I used to be somebody that I felt like I could do so much. I look back on even last year before I quit my job, I mean, obviously I was under intense stress, but I was capable of doing so much. And it's just kind of, I'm sort of in this like give and take place right now, where I sort of vacillate from being very frustrated with my capacity or lack thereof to accomplish things, and being compassionate and understanding towards myself, and understanding that like I'm going through an exceedingly difficult time for reasons related to this new diagnosis, and also for reasons just related to the type of therapy I've been doing. And it is what it is. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, I just wanted to share an update with you guys, because I don't want you to be worried out there about me. I'm okay. I think I'm on a bit of an upswing at this point. I was dealing with quite a deep depression there for a little while, but I think I'm coming back up right now, hopefully. I'm not going to make any promises at this point, guys. I realize I've been doing that now in like every single video for the past like 10 videos. Like, yeah, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I hope you know that I wasn't making those promises out of my ass. I was well-intentioned with it. Life has just had a little bit of a different plan for me, apparently, than I wanted. So what can we do about that, right? I'll do my best to still keep you posted throughout this process. Hopefully, as I said, if I continue to be on this upswing, I can maybe expand my capacity to do things a little bit more. We shall see. Now, the one positive, like the one big positive of narrowing down this diagnosis situation is that we can develop targeted strategies, both in therapy and with medication potentially, to mitigate the symptoms that I'm experiencing that are really at this current time, or at least up until like literally very recently, have been pretty debilitating for me. So yeah, I'm hopeful that maybe at some point in the near future, I'll be able to live up to all the things I've wanted to do with this channel and wanted to do for you guys. But I'm certainly not going to make any promises from where I'm sitting right now. I think I've become very aware and I've had to get very honest with myself about what I really can and can't do at this point. And so I've figured it's high time I was honest with you as well, especially since I have invited you guys into this personal journey of mine. That's really all I got to say. I hope you're doing well. Please let me know how you're doing in the comments below, because I feel like I've gotten to really recognize a lot of you by name. And I would love to hear from you and make sure that you guys are doing good also, because I know a lot of us are kind of going through similar crap at the moment. So I hope you're doing well. I wish you luck in whatever you are doing. But yeah, I hope this was relatively enjoyable, this short little video here. And I'll be seeing you guys when I see you. As always, love y'all, and I'll see you next time. Mwah. Bye.